Alright, guys. I think I'm going to have fun reviewing this show. Let's go. TNA Impact review. Or now I think we're going to transition into just calling it Impact. They've dropped the TNA name total from what I've seen. I talked about this before. I think this is a good idea. What a show. I mean, again, last week's show, let me fix my mic real quick, was good. It didn't have a lot of views, though. It dropped in views a lot. And I think, hopefully, this show picks back up because a lot of people on YouTube, from what I've seen, saw what happened with the Wolves and what they did tonight. You've got to be kidding me with that rivalry. That rivalry is fucking intense. So the show starts out with Moose and Mini Moose, which obviously is Randy Rhodes versus the Decay, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary. Now, Moose pretty much stays in the ring for the most part. Obviously, you want him to, with Brandy not being the best wrestler yet. And Abyss is on the outside. Moose goes for a powerbomb. Like, he rolls up Crazy Steve, but goes back to pick him up. Looks like he's just going to drop for a powerbomb. He fucking launches him over the top rope out of the ring onto Abyss, which I thought that was fucking great. Rosemary jumps on Moose. Brandy Rhodes takes her down. They go with the Moose strikes. Both of them hit the Moose chance. And Brandy hits a drop kick off the top rope. Moose and Mini Moose get the victory over Decay. And then right after that, Impact says on their Twitter, next week, Cody Rhodes is back. Let's go. Let's go. Next week already, from what we've seen tonight, next week should be pretty good too with the wedding. Fucking Cody Rhodes back. And then there's something else. We'll go ahead and get into it. So Bobby Lashley's out. We're talking in the realm of next week. We'll go ahead and talk about this. Bobby Lashley's out. And he's talking about how no one really can beat him. And it's true. I don't think anybody can. And out comes Josh Barnett. To me, honestly, I got ruined by this because it was all over the spoilers. Every fucking major website was covering it, so I kind of knew, but it was still kind of cool seeing him there. We've seen a lot of MMA stars come through Impact for a long time now. I think Josh Barnett might be the best one of them, storyline-wise, because he gets right involved with a world title feud, and every other one's been involved in, like, aces and eights and shit, so, not really. But, next week, Josh Barnett versus Bobby Lashley. And Josh Barnett's pretty good on the mic, obviously, because he's the commentator along with Jim Ross for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, I mean, hey, I'm ready for this. He has had matches in New Japan. He's former UFC World Champion. I think they said his record was 35-8. Dude, this next week's show is going to be fucking intense. I mean, man, so let's go ahead and get all the Bachelor Party stuff out of the way and Bachelorette Party. The Bachelor Party was fucking crazy, dude. You've got to be kidding me. Mike Bennett is awesome. So, Mike Bennett brings Braxton Sutter in, and he's showing all the people that Braxton Sutter said he didn't know, but he's, introducing him to some people. And when he shows that guy sitting on the couch, that sketchy ass drug dealer type guy, I died. That was pretty fucking funny. Then they introduced the strippers. After some guy comes up, I forgot his name, he comes up with a freaking X-rated DVD, and Mike's like, hold on, we got the strippers. Let's introduce the beautiful Roxanne, and they open the door to this hideous chick. Well, I'm Roxy, and Mike Bennett just shuts the door. I thought that was funny. End of the night, Braxton Sutter finally gets up after everybody's asleep because they're passed out drunk, which I thought was pretty funny, and he puts Roxanne on the Mike Bennett. I thought that was pretty funny too. So the Bachelor Party was pretty funny. The Bachelorette Party was them really just laying into Allie. Storyline wise, that was good. I think this wedding might be the end of the rivalry. If so, cool. I mean, they're building it up. I think they were on Busted Open today, the radio show. So they're really pushing and promoting this wedding. They said it was the most extraordinary or outrageous wedding in wrestling history. I'm not a fan of weddings in wrestling, so hopefully this one's good. The bachelor party stuff was funny, so hopefully this one's at least funny, So, in which I was actually reading another interview Rockstar Spud had, and it turns out he was saying this was one of the best weddings that you've ever seen in wrestling. So I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. That's about it. Since he's popped up on the screen, we'll go ahead and get into the Hardy Boys tonight. They're in Tijuana, Mexico, trying to become the Mexico tag, whatever the hell Matt Hardy said. It kills me, but that was fucking funny. So they're getting ready, and Conan's there, and he's like, "Okay, you want to wrestle without no money? They walk away, and then he's talking to like one of his managers. He's like, "All right, we're gonna bootleg sell a bunch of Hardy stuff," which that was fucking funny. But they go out there to face Psychosis and Super Crazy while the match is going on. Vanguard 1 gets drunk because he said he was bored as fuck. Or he said, "I'm bored AF," and I'm like, I'm dead right there. And then when the fucking hot ass chicks come out, I'm like, bro, Vanguard 1, you're awesome. Damn, dude. But the Hardys actually win the titles. So right now they're tag team champions, TNA tag team champions, and whatever Conan's promotion is called. And it was like, I saw the logos, it said Crash. Maybe it is the Crash tag team champions. I don't know. The one thing that pissed me off, earlier in the day, this news broke. By Fightful, I think that's what I saw it on, with Sean Ross Sapp, whatever, and I hit my knee on the desk. They had to blur out a referee because Lucha Underground wanted them to stop the whole damn match. Is Lucha Underground mad because TNA is going into Mexico? That's their territory or whatever. Like, petty as fuck. A referee so TNA Impact just blurred out the face. If this would have been pulled because of a referee from Lucha Underground, I swear, that'd have been so fucking terrible. I mean, come on now. That pissed me off. But hey, the whole segment still, even with a blurred face, it was still pretty cool. It looked like it would have been a good match if we saw the whole thing. They really just showed highlights of it and played the music package behind it. Either way, it was still cool to see them there. So they exit the ring, and the manager guy says to Conan, they're gone. They got the tag titles. And he says, Conan talking about somehow Vanguard 1 drunk all the booze or some shit like that. I thought that was pretty funny. And then they teleport back with Vanguard 1, and Matt Hardy says, "Next week, I go back to my Egyptian roots." I'm like, what the hell is this? Turns out next week they are facing the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, if I got that right. Which I think that'll be pretty cool. So they're doing this week to week. I like that. That's great. They have what I thought they did after Apocalyptico. I didn't think they could get any better, or at least they could. Didn't think they could stay the same. This is making it to where it is exactly as interesting as everything else they've done, and I'm glad that they can still do this. And it's been 8 to 9 months, and they're still finding new ways to make this thing interesting. Great job. Great stuff by the Hardys. So let's get into the matches. We've skipped a lot of stuff, talked about a lot of the talking, and now let's get down to the matches. We had Jesse Goddard versus Eddie Kingston. I really did enjoy this match. This was the one pure one-on-one style wrestling match we had, and Eddie Kingston and Jesse Goddard felt like they had good chemistry in the ring. Jesse Goddard more improved every time. We say this all the time, but he looked great. I cannot wait for him to have a singles push. He's got that new soap opera out he's starring in, Big Brother thing, and now hopefully he can get a big singles push in TNA and hopefully win a championship. I mean, because he had a good match. He looked good. He really did. Eddie Kingston, fucking beast. I love everything about that guy. He is awesome. But after the match, after Jesse wins with a flying forearm over the top rope to Eddie Kingston, and the lights go out when he's getting his hand raised, and I'm like, okay, here comes the DCC. DCC are in the ring, and they're just standing there like, what the hell is Jesse Goddard? And Jesse Goddard ran out of the ring. Smartest move that no one's done yet. Are you kidding me? That was great. I did enjoy that. That was pretty funny. Then we had Siena versus Brooke. Brooke's rematch after she got distracted a bunch by Maria and lost to Siena. And now, from what I get out of these matches is they don't have much chemistry together. In-ring chemistry is not. This match was the better out of the ones that they had. I think they've had two. This one was actually decent. Brooke looked pretty good. This has probably been her best match back, but just between the two, no real chemistry. So, yeah. So now we'll get into the fact of life. As Tyrus hosted. And I'm thinking, if he told Eli Drake to get out there. And I was like, come on, Eli Drake, please break your silence. We need it. Last fact of life was the shittiest shit I've ever shit and seen. So many shits, I can't even stop saying shit. But, damn, it was terrible. This one was better because Eli Drake was killing it on the mic as normal. And he basically says the reason why he walked out was because he didn't want 3-on-2. He doesn't pay him to make the matches. He pays him to stand behind him. I was like, oh, shit. But Tyrus chokes him out and says, next week? Dude, next week is stacked. I mean, let's see here. The wedding. The Expedition of Gold. Bobby Lashley versus Josh Barnett. And Cody Rhodes. Next week, if you're not tuning in next week, you're just delusional. I mean, honestly. I know a lot of people are still sleeping on Impact, but right now, this was a good episode. So our main event, street fight between Eddie and Davey. After Eddie comes on and cuts a promo about how he's just pissed off, he wants to fight Davey, and Davey's music hits, which I love the new music. But Angelina Love is talking for him, and Eddie's just like, "All right, Davey, let's let her grab your balls out of the purse." I died. Oh my gosh. But Davey cuts a great promo. Oh my gosh, heel Davey's amazing. This could be one of the best rivalries in Impact history. I'm not even lying. This, just the way it began, the street fight goes, and Davey is kicking Eddie's ass until Eddie finally gets out of it, throws him out of the ring, and hits a fucking crazy suicide dive, flying into his face and then landing over the guardrail, which I thought that was pretty cool. But later on in the match, Angelina Love brings in a chair, and now they're about to use it, and Alicia, or whatever her name is, I'm sorry, I forget, came out. The movie in my chair a lot, I know, probably can hear that's probably pissing you guys off, but tries to stop her, and Angelina Love fucking takes her out and handcuffs her to the ring, and then they go on to concerto Eddie Edwards, kick Earl Hebner in the balls, and then they just literally sit down, start kissing in front of Alicia. I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. Then Davey sits on top of Eddie, just like on top of Eddie, and then they start making out again. I'm like, oh my god. Put a title around this guy. Dude, who would not like to see him go up against Bobby Lashley? Or hell, go up against Trevor Lee. That right there would be a match of the year candidate, if it would give them the time. But hey, let's stop fantasy booking. Let's get down to it. This show was good. What it did for me, though, was get me more hyped up for next week. Not a lot of matches, but it did set up a lot of stuff for next week. This Davey and Eddie thing, damn, it's going to be good. And what I got to say, okay, Josh Matthews goes on a big Twitter rant, talking about he's the best announcer in the world. They get enough, him and Jimmy Boris get in a fight, then him and Shark Boy get in a fight, and everybody's roasting on him. So during this match, this is pre-recorded. During this match, we all know it's pre-recorded, but during this match, Pope says there's big changes coming. And Josh Matthews keeps saying, why? What are you talking about? Pope's like, we'll get to it later. We'll talk about it later. Made sense from hearing Josh's big Twitter rant. Honestly, I thought it was to troll all the trolls. The Impact haters. The people who hate on Josh Matthews. There are a lot of them. There's a lot of shit he does I don't like either. But, you know, after hearing this, I'm like, okay, there's got to be something to this. It's all the work, for sure. After what Pope was saying about all the big changes, new management, new owners, there's something going to happen on the March tapings. Something's got to happen because that's when, you know, Jeff Jarrett, Zeb Coulter, and Scott D'Amore really take over creative-wise. Maybe announcing changes, commentating changes. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Next week, big show. I mean, oh my lord, it's shaping up to be huge. So, with that being said, let me know your thoughts on the show here tonight. What was your favorite moment? Mine was the Eddie and Davey thing. Oh man, I'm a tag team kid. Let me tell you. I got the Bromance t-shirt. Bromance breakup. Stop being a tag team a week later. I get the Wolves t-shirt. 2-3 weeks later, boom, they're not a tag team anymore. I'm gonna go get another tag team t-shirt and they're gonna split too, but whatever. Like, subscribe, and comment. I am out. Thank you so much for watching.